AITA for telling my classmate that I'm glad we no longer have to work together? As part of my English class this year, I, M17, have been paired up with 3 other students to work on assignments together. One of my teammates is a girl named Abby, F17. I've known Abby since we started high school 3 years ago, but I've never really interacted with her extensively. While I've gotten along well with my other 2 teammates, Mike, M17, and Jane, F17, Abby has been bizarre, to put it kindly. She gets her portion of the work done, which is great, but she isn't really a team player. She often rolls her eyes if I say anything she doesn't agree with, has even shushed me on more than one occasion, and some days would literally criticize almost everything I say. Since I'm a pretty diplomatic person, I've never really escalated these situations, as I don't see much of a point. While she does criticize Mike and Jane from time to time, it's never nearly as harsh as her criticism towards me. Other times, Abby acts differently, usually if we don't have any work and are just chilling in class. I'm consistently the subject of her banter. Despite how strange this all is, the strangest was what happened 2 weeks ago. Since we had an assignment due on a Monday, Abby told me that she wanted to meet up with me on the Saturday before to review it before we handed it in. When I mentioned Mike and Jane, Abby said they didn't need to come since it would only require the 2 of us. Needless to say, Abby somehow stretched what should have been less than an hour of me reviewing the assignment into several hours of us doing nothing of substance. Since we handed in our last group assignment earlier this week, we no longer have any group assignments together, and our group has been disbanded. Overall, I'd say that I'm pretty relieved about this. Yesterday, after the English class, Abby came over to me and started telling me how she was happy we didn't have any more group assignments. I agreed with her. She seemed taken aback by this and asked me if I thought our group time was so terrible. I told her that it was difficult at times but it wasn't awful, and I'm glad I don't have to work in a group anymore. She looked furious at this and later texted me that she was glad to know how I really felt, whatever that means. I told some of my friends later, and we did have a laugh about it. However, one of them, Ben, M17, mentioned that I was a bit of an ass for being so blunt with Abby.